to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament. I am Robo Scout, and with me I have no one but myself. You are all stuck with me and my puns, and today we have DiggleWrath v. Lokir, and it's sure to be prime content. No, I thought I didn't have anything else prepared. Listen, I didn't even have that prepared. I just had pure improvised puns that you all will be subjected to for the duration of this race. Now, definitely, I don't believe there's any crazy RS miss. I think they might have just done let's see. Yeah, just replace all nothings with wave busters, the most valuable of team combos. Yes, unfortunately, those aren't too very. They seem to have Prime seems to have missed the memo and didn't make them very effective against Kozo Ghost. They couldn't do Ghost busting, but anyway, yeah, that's gonna happen. Let's see. Runners are still waiting. Looks like we're have to take a break, and we'll be back pretty soon. But the runners should be off to the races, or the race should be starting soon, and then of course we've got the obligatory restream delay, and then of course we'll see the actual race, and that's thing that you're all here for. Yes, that is true, but here's the thing, Nasu. Linker makes you valid, therefore it's important to get as a meme. Wait, was just mediocre, kinda. One of these things is almost genuinely useless. Power Phase Exo is here to ruin our fun by giving Flamethrower an actual use, but Flamethrower is just a meme. Wait, plus, like, you can kinda eke out use cases right here and there, and that just makes it less meaningful. Looks like chat's saying my audio. Let's start leaving and return see if that's Alright, I am back in the chat. Can you hear me better now? I can adjust my audio settings perfectly. Will be no Discord in this audio. I don't know, chat. How about this triangulation needs intel? But I don't know, am I good now? I don't know, I'm still just all the time. But I don't know. Point things out if things are going wrong in the actual race. I trust you, chat, dearly, to call out everything I do wrong in my entire life. You've got a very important job, and it's going to be a lot of work. Alright, that's good up. In the meantime, let's see. What other things can I stall about?
Would you eat a Metroid?
Would I eat a Metroid? I don't know. I mean, if it was already dead, I mean, sounds like it would be interesting. I mean, there's gonna be some foods that taste, that are made of really weird animals that do taste really good. Like, you wouldn't think lobster would taste that great, but, I mean, it tastes really good at some points, so I'm a big fan of lobster, but, hey. There's also the fact that, like, Metroids, like, evolve weirdly, so of course there's the question of, when do you eat the Metroid, which is the real question. I imagine, like, later evolutions would be, like, more like traditional meat and less of, like, the gooey jello of the larval stage, but... I don't know, but... For one, eating later stages also imposes a dramatic health risk by... Then again, eating them in general poses a dramatic health risk, so... Nothing's really helping. Oh, and it looks like, our runners are actually ready to go, so, looks like the race should be off too, and then... we can start the... Yep, race has started, timer is counting down, and then pretty soon we'll just hit that awkward point where the stream delay says, well, the runners are off, but I have no idea what's going on. Also, in case you're curious who was that popping in earlier, that was Dasnasu, our tracker. Thanks, Dasnasu, for the entertainment. This was a very interesting question.
You're welcome. I mean, Metroid should be kinda energetic, isn't it?
I mean, apparently it's literally eating energy, so I imagine it has quite a lot of it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Granted, of course, then you're probably going to get into those various scientific debates about what is energy and what is it that the Metroids precisely drain with you, because like the games make that somewhat of a mystery by the fact that it doesn't drain bodily fluids. And looks like the runner, we can actually see some motion on the runner's end, so I can stop stalling and going, for a very long time, and actually get to commentating the race, you know, my actual job. Well, I do have an actual job, and it's not this, but my actual job for right now. Anyway, here we go! Let's see, where are we going off? Probably going to start off with Space Jump first, that's not really a question, but what will be in Space Jump first, which will be an alcove, probably a missile, 50% chance. Or, I don't know, maybe Randovania makes it different. DiggleWrath getting it second try, I believe Lokir getting it first try. Oh no, yeah, just stream delay. Lokir unfortunately falling down and having to redo, and it is a missile expansion in the alcove, which is quite useful early on, as it allows you to get a number of checks in early Talon. That is another missile under the ship in landing site, or I suppose not under ship, but behind the ship. Either way, it's in landing site, and it is just a missile, so considering they already got the first one, probably not too important, but our runners might come back to grab it if they ever get to forget crash site. DiggleWrath trying to do some dash movement in landing site to get over to Artifact Temple, but dropping down. Whew. And yeah, just taking a more safe route with some easier motion. And let's see, chat. Any bets on where artifacts are? Of course, your chat, you'll probably come up with the worst possible locations, which is not a bad thing at all. That's why we like you, chat. But you all can be exceedingly cruel at some points. And yes, that is true. You know, that is a good question, Aster. Where were the charging? I'm beginning to think there's a mass outbreak of charge beam theft going on in these tournaments. Young Deatho saying Biohazard. Glad Recycler saying Life Growth Tunnel. Oh, interesting questions. Another artifact missile in Artifact Temple. Let's see. Will Diggle be nice to us and grant us our artifact hints right away, or we will have to suffer in silence until she grants us the mercy of hints? Boo! We cannot see the artifacts. Boo! Lokir's being nice to us. Alright, let's see. Processing center access. Oh! Security. That's required OP! I missed the first one. I think it was overgrown cab. That's MQA. Not too bad considering we know PCA is required. Ice Ruins East. And Phazon Mining Tunnel! Chat, it appears your dreams are getting fulfilled.
Wait, Artifact and PNT, that's pretty vanilla, right?
Yes, indeed, that is. There is... Of course, it's depending on which artifact, but yes, our runners will have to find the wonderful Phazon suit, then head all the way down to lower mines to get that PMT artifact. Ooh boy. Yep, chat, blame Reggie. Reggie is indeed the one who ginned this seed, so I believe this is indeed his fault. Good job, Reggie. You did a great job. Wait, the artist required to. Did I miss one of the hints? Was Quarantine Cave one of the artifacts? I don't know. Anyway, I was hanging into Root Cave. I think that was just a missile at the bottom of Root Cave, or Lokir's hanging into Root Cave, Diggle's hanging out, but yeah. Oh! Apparently the first one I missed was Quarantine Cave. Wow, Reggie, you outdid yourself, Reggie. This is a certified garbage seed.
Well, at least it's not a run that ends in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that is true. We will be sitting in here for the long haul, chat. I hope you like me, because you're stuck with me. Also, it's not even Elite Quarters, it's PCA. You don't even get it off Pope, you have to go just a little bit beyond. Looks like just a missile on the Rune Nursery Ledge. That's not a missile. That is, well, never mind. It is a missile, just a very super one. Of course, commentators restream it, kind of camouflage into the ground. Yeah, let's see what will be on Hive Mecha, since I believe Randovania assumes required mains even if it hasn't been implemented yet. So that will be Morph Ball in Hive Mecha, which means that Missile Launcher is actually that one below ship. And that is Spider Ball right after the Hive Mecha, which is very convenient for a few early Chozo checks that you don't really want to have to worry about missing. One in particular, M Dynamo.
Well, we opened bets about what's in the tree. I mean, we have supers. We can check it.
Yep, that is true. It will grant the supers will grant them early tree access, which is definitely nice to not have to leave a hole behind in main plaza. Chat calling that phase on or at least something important on Sun Chamber Ghosts, just so we can get an quality all bosses seed.
Could very well be the case.
Yep, and they do have the Spider Ball necessary to get it early.
Yeah, true. Didn't even thought about it actually.
Unfortunately, Gamma Emerald Wavebuster at Flogger cannot be in Logic, despite how much we all want it to be.
Well, nothings are replaced with Wavebuster, so it could be.
Or, I mean, it's possible, but it will never be logical. Diggle, please get some health. Well, that's not health, but that is high explosives, which, same thing as health. Yeah, fortunately, Morph Ball is very resistant to Scarab damage for some reason, otherwise Diggle would have just been a dead Samus.
Main power bombs on Vault.
Yeah, main power bombs on Vault, and that's a Wavebuster in Ruin Shrine, the first of many, it seems like. Unfortunately, Diggle is now trapped in an arena with Beetles and, 35 health now. And that is a very fast ball, and oh no, the Beetles followed her. And Diggle now coming to the realization that that hole is not open unless you collect the main Ruin Shrine on him, which is a Wavebuster for them. Just a missile on the top. Doesn't have Wave Beam, so I don't think she, so I believe that's why she decided to not head to the upper ledge. Collecting some more health to stop giving us heart attacks. And chat, I believe, well, the runners technically had enough time to get all their, were allowed enough time to get all the races in through Tuesday, since all of the races are going to be done at this point. The next round will begin on Monday. Sasquatch. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Space jump on grapple edge? I think that's a beam combo. But yeah, NSJ grapple edge is in logic if you have grapple beam. So even if that is space jump, that is very possible. There is a tiny little place you can stand on the tree in order to, with a grapple beam, in order to access the grapple edge early. Lokir grabbing his first wave buster in the seed. Sure, it will be the first of many. And yeah, as chat pointing out, considering that there has to be a lot of tricks and logic for space jump to be considered optional by Randomania, so it pretty much has to be in logic. Yes, THK, an RA for this seed is that the runners have replaced all nothings with wave busters. So yes, there will be maximum busting of waves in this seed. Wonder if they can go surfing with that. That is, of course, main power on the Volt Ledge, which, considering they have bombs, isn't the best item in the early game, but it is always nice to have, if nothing for the power bomb insurance, so they don't have to deal with the Prime 1 drop system. Which, as I'm sure many, and oh, that is Wave Beam and Ruined Fountain, I believe. So yes, logically, this isn't all bosses seed. Good job, Reggie. Of course, the question is... Actually, yeah, never mind. Depending on where Space Jump is, I'm pretty sure our runners will be able to skip it, but the real question is, will they want to skip that? Because, Vlogger seems to have a magnetic pull towards progression items in this tournament, although it's not as bad as the 80% that was initially calculated. Hey Diggle, you know what we call this seed? Revenge for last year's tournament. But yeah, DiggleWrath acquiring her first Wave Buster in I believe it's Watery Hall access, so her passing up the wonderful Wave Buster in Ruined Shrine has not come back to haunt her today. That is another Wave Buster and Lower Dynamo. Big surprise. And let's see, what's on the top of the Dynamo for Lokir? Missile. Of course, that's what happens when it just gets you early Spider Ball. Gonna switch the audio to Lokir at this point, since it seems like they are slightly in the lead at this point, although only slightly, and Randomizer can change rapidly, so I imagine it will not be for long. But then again, that's why I'm here. Yep, that is indeed Quarantine Cave. Required rocks. Good eye, chat. The fact that both of these runners are going into what I imagine to be Zoid at us at the energy quantities they are is slightly concerning to me. Although both of them are pretty experienced runners, so I probably won't be too bad. Probably. Hopefully. Diggle going down to 50 energy. Fond of giving me heart attacks. Thanks for that, Diggle. Oh boy. Lokir trying to show up Diggle with 67 energy. Let's see. And... come on, let's see. Our wonderful favorite boss, the wonderful Zoid. Who, if you don't know, is actually named after a Retro Studios employee who, for some reason, goes by Zoid. We don't know why, but apparently they were the one responsible for implementing incinerator drone. Oh no, Diggle just got trapped. Oh! Diggle, don't give me scares like that. Anyway, standard. And of course, Diggle is still at 22 health throughout this entire thing. I imagine she is furiously trying to farm the wasps or any shred of energy they will provide or not provide, as is in their nature by war wasps. They don't like anyone. That is a power bomb on the incinerator drone, so all these artifacts were for heart attacks, not artifacts. Artifacts, I think that's actually what I said. Heart attacks. Maybe the runners are required to give the commentator a certain amount of heart attacks before they're allowed to finish. Anyway, all those artifacts for nothing. In the meantime, we are seeing one of the new benefits of the 3.10 version, which is the competitive cutscene removal preset, which basically removes all the cutscenes that don't really have any impact on gameplay. And as a result of that, Energy Core is much faster than it used to be, with significantly less cutscene time. Technically, I suppose you could argue that removing the cutscenes in Energy Core affects your routing in some ways, as it makes going front to back Chozo less of a significant time investment, but nah. Lucarius Lion, you should know the artifacts have shown that all bosses were in logic in this seed. Looks like our runners will probably end up skipping Flagra due to Ruined Fountain unless it ends up having something important on it. But there was a required item in Ruined Fountain that our runners will be having to grab later. Oh, I think Diggle's going for Vanilla Furnace. Not something you see every day.
Well, considering her health state right now.
Yeah, true. Why not add like a heart attacks to the novelty list? Better hope none of the... I think it's like the crawlers that are on those things. Better hope none of them just like smacks her twice. Good old camera perspective. But, Nicholson... oh!
Nice recovery.
Nice save! Oh, and that is Gravity Suit at the top of the furnace. Not the best item, but at minimum it does have one very nice bonus. It prevents Vomit Suit from showing up, considering both of our runners have chosen to use Curse Fusion Suit. So, Early Gravity Suit should mean that we don't have to look at the Fusion Varia Suit. Unfortunately, Lokir having some troubles with the Vanilla Furnace puzzle, which completely understandable considering you barely ever do it. Let's see, where to go from here? Looks like Diggle is deciding to warp to start back to the ship to grab some of the early talent items. Can't say it's the wrong routing decision. Although, Wave Beam is in logic right now, as technically the runners could go do Flagra and then so they could go grab the ruined fountain item without space jump. And that, since the ruined fountain item is Wave Beam, that would actually open up a few checks. So technically, if this seed wanted to go Super Curse, on the other hand, they could just find Variasuit in, forget Crash Site, which I imagine is not the item Diggle was hoping for there. Considering, that still leaves Wave Beam, the Space Gem need to get Wave Beam a mystery. And at minimum means they will need to, or she will need to have to backtrack to Ruined Fountain later to grab Wave Beam, as it is required for many, many checks in this game, in addition to just being hard required for final bosses. Unless, that being said, unless you're insane enough to do Exo Skip. However, considering the rest of the game, I highly doubt we will be seeing any skipped Wave Beams here. Oh yeah, chat thinks Space Jump was on Grapple Edge. Looks like Diggle is trying to head back through Late Chosen and then heading through Magmore, it seems. Just clean up the early Chozo checks, I think. Kirby Fan 9000, I like the way you think. Yeah, reverse Flagra. Well, Lokir seems to have recognized that Plant is the play right now. Is Diggle... Which side of Plant is Diggle going for? Because if she was going for Magmore, it probably would have made more sense to go in the Talon elevator, so going reverse Flagra seemed like a logical decision. Oh no! She unfortunately seems to have activated Hive Mecha. That is, well, it's something you don't see every day in Randomizer.
Well, it's an all bosses race right now.
You know,
So, technically correct.
you know, that is true, and unfortunately, I think Diggle is regretting picking up that gravity suit right now, as she is having some trouble getting up to do the Hive Mecha skip for once you activate, because just in case you didn't think Hive Mecha had enough skips already, you can just walk out behind it. I don't believe there's an RA for all bosses, but Reggie had other opinions.
I still believe Diggle is just getting her health low, so we can have one heart attack after another, just for the run's sake.
Checks out. She can't torment us with cursed seeds anymore now that she's not a tournament moderator, but she can still torment us with heart attacks. Dude, that was a very nice jump over the, I think it's the Ion in the Sun Tower to get to the Spider Trap. Spider Track. Anyway, we're now seeing front Flagra versus reverse Flagra. Bad boss versus bad boss. Chat thinks Diggle's artifacts are punishments for my terrible puns. I don't know about that. My puns are punderful. I think that kind of attitude is clearly a red Flagra. Red Flagra? Red Flagra? I don't know. Maybe that was a bad pun.
I would love to say something about this, but technically I'm just a tracker.
Yeah, you can show up whenever you want. It's always good to have company in the booth. I mean, I think chat might enjoy the break from my wonderful puns. But in the meantime, we have the most exciting boss in the game, stirring the plant more, convulsing for quite a few minutes as it gets upset that you're taking away its roots. Well, let's see.
Somehow faster than the forward Flagra. Interesting.
I think that was... Yeah, I think Lokir got a head start on actually fighting the Flagra itself. However, as I believe Diggle did have to head to the back of Chozo first, but in the result, Lokir is a few seconds ahead here.
Yeah, but the fight on its own, reverse is way faster, actually.
Yep, reverse is indeed significantly faster. It's really all about the availability. Yeah. But that was a very interesting showcase of how routing decisions can affect your seed, and because in just really showing off the potential of reverse Flagra, even with all the time loss Diggle had going into the fight, she still ended up finishing at pretty much the exact same time, just due to how much faster reverse Flagra is. THK also pointing out that Diggle did go back and find Varia, so she does have the advantage of having that and being able to go into Magmore after this. Fortunately, our runners do both have super missiles at this point, which does make this fight significantly easier. As you can just say thanks for the spooky surprise with high-yield explosives. Always an appropriate reaction to getting pranked. Getting pranked by your extended family, no less.
I still can't wrap my head around the fact that you can actually hit ghosts with solids.
Yeah, ghosts are weird. Let's see, what is it?
Base jump on the plant. Interesting.
Reggie! Reggie! Also, chat, you were wrong! Ha! That was not space jump on the vault ledge. I think we need to give our compliments to the chef on this one. This is some quality garbage. So yeah, all bosses seed. Oh, this is great! Diggle finally grabbing her wave beam, I'd imagine not very happy about that.
At least she can utilize the Wave Buster now.
Yep, draw that F. Oh, going for Mag Pull Dash, and she gets it. First try, doesn't even have to use the Gravity Suit backup strat. Of course it can't just be an E-Tank the heart attacks must continue. Although, interestingly enough, Diggle, our runners do have all of the items needed to really clear out the entirety of this small area. Oh, that looks like a visor. Looks like Diggle is going for it. I gotta say, this has been quite the interesting Chozo Ruin so far. It's a back and forth on the routing. Yeah, in addition to all the boss fights, we're going for all the ghost fights too. Just, yeah. Seems like it. Are we sure this isn't just bingo, where we're, the two of them are trying to compete, for a bingo card that has, like, all the bosses and ghosts on it? Lokir finally getting a second E-Tank!
At least Lokir seems to care about our health.
Yep. Fortunately, Lokir not continuing the trend and not fighting the good old replacement Beal that shows up after you beat Flogger and Ruin Shrine. For shame, Lokir, for shame. Going for speed instead of continuing stupid memes. For shame. Alright, let's see. What actually was on Grapple Edge that had the chat convinced it was space? Ah, it was Ice Spreader. Still worth grabbing, but not Space Jump. Diggle finally getting her second D-Tank, thankfully. In case anyone is wondering why our runners are not checking Tower of Light while they are in the area and have the missiles, Tower of Light is actually, well, somewhat bugged in the current version of Randomania and will never have progression ever. This is basically just due to the way the fact that it requires 40 missiles exploits kind of just a vulnerability, or not necessarily a vulnerability, but a current weakness in the way Randomania is coded, and that it can't handle multi-item required duplicate requirements. As all missiles are currently considered filler items, basically Tower of Light will never have the appropriate missiles and will thus never have any progression.
Well, no progression for the logic, that has to be said, because it very well could have any progression item, but if it is, you know that any items locked behind that item will never be required for the actual run.
That is very true.
It can actually give you some intel about the seed.
Yes. If you, for example, you find super missiles up there, of which hopefully you don't, you will know that super missiles will never be required for the rest of the seed. Yes, the bottom door at Tower of Light functions as a perfectly normal door and location, as it doesn't require the 40 missiles to access. So, that doesn't cause any issues and it works just fine. Let's see, what's in Triclops Pit? Fun fact, you don't actually need missiles for that item. You can get it just fine with Charge Beam. Not something you would ever really think of, but it is possible. Looks like Lokir is heading into Lake Chozo while Diggle chose to explore mines, which is an interesting routing divergence. More E-tanks for Diggle, thankfully. Alright, never mind, I'll stop singing, I'm bad at it.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty patient person, so until you have annoyed me, everyone in the chat will be gone, not me.
Don't worry, I like chat, I think. Anyway, let's see, what's in Warrior Shrine? It's been conveniently out of frame, just a missile. And in the Warrior Shrine tunnel, a power bomb to replace the one that they spent getting there. How thoughtful of Warrior Shrine. Lucarius Lion is Dasnasu, the tracker, who is occasionally popping in with some minor quips. Normally trackers generally tend to stay silent, but it's just, considering it's just me and Air, I don't mind the company occasionally. Look, you're doing another return to start. Unfortunately, oh, never mind. I was gonna say, nice dash to get around Magmore Workstation, but unfortunately the bridge cut to go off right there. Unfortunate. Another wave buster on Fiery Shores. And Lokir finally finding his Variasuit after all this time. Looks like Diggle is heading over to town to pick up the root cave. Oh, never mind! Diggle's going for late Magmore right here. Oh, because Diggle knows Quarantine Cave's required, and that is possible right now. So yeah, this actually makes some quite a bit of sense. Well, not quite a bit of sense. It's still definitely a risk, but still, logic checks out on this because Quarantine Cave is required, and early Fendrana has a lot of plasma lock checks. So check density is technically faster going from the reverse direction.
Speaking of Fendrana, what do you think will be stuck in the lighthouse?
Stuck in the lighthouse? I mean, considering that the seed gave the runners both Spider Ball and Super Missiles early, it's not gonna be anything good. That would be too nice.
Do you really think the seed is hating the runners that much?
Considering all required all bosses in that spaceship location, yes. Looks like just a missile and workstation. Lokir checking root cave items. Diggle somehow getting to low health even with 3 E-tanks, unfortunately.
Yeah, Diggle seems to play the game like health is just a resource, like my time. If I can save the one with wasting the other, I'll do that.
Hey, the only point of HP that really matters is the last one.
Technically true.
Yep. Look, you're doing a fun little out of bounds to get into Arbor Chamber without having the plasma beam. Probably the only out of bounds you'll see in this entire match.
Getting phase on.
That is a very interesting quarantine location for phase on suit. And no, quarantine monitor dash is not a beginner. It's actually quite a tricky dash. But yeah, that face on suit find could be quite something for Lokir.
Pretty much opens up everything in mines.
Without
too much risk.
Lokir still needs Ice and Plasma Beam to really have free reign of mines. And also, we're still hunting for X-Ray because, oh yeah!
Oh, OP is in logic true.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I missed the start of what DiggleWrath seems to be writing on the ground in Power Bomb. Seems to involve a lot of A's. Is it just DiggleWrath screaming? Which, you know, that'd be very appropriate. Ah yes, chat filling me in. That is indeed just Diggle screaming. Phase on suit is not in logic yet. However, that doesn't really tell us much. All that would really mean is that either phase on suit, X-ray, or either plasma beam or X-ray or ice beam can be in phase on mining tunnel, and that's not really a factor considering we know what's in phase on mining tunnel. It's an artifact. Yeah, it seems Lokir's running into some technical issues with his setup right now. We didn't get into slideshow Lokir mode, but we did get a bit of slowdown there. Get a little more screaming by Diggle.
What did she write on the ground?
Ah! Something like that, I believe.
Ah, okay. So basically normal stuff.
Yep.
Nothing too important, nothing to worry about.
Yep, just normal Thardas speak.
Punk.
And here is our first artifact on Thardas. See, it's off to a great start. Wow, that pirate was very rude.
I guess Diggle will get her revenge on him.
Yeah, through the power of high explosives. All's fair. You inconvenience me for a few seconds, I blow you up.
Me? Why?
No, I was just saying that's basically Tickle's attitude towards those pirates right now.
Oh.
Don't worry, Jess, Nessie, you're doing great. Seems to be just a missile below the ice and ice ruins west.
At least it's not the wave buster.
I don't know, some people will take that as a positive. Okay, good. Diggle is going for the E-tank. That's good. I saw her turning right for the second there, and I was just, oh no! That's not supposed to happen. It appears Diggle has, or at least her stream is frozen. I'll go check her private stream for now. See if it's a SpeedGaming or a Diggle issue. Oh, we're back in motion. Never mind, just a panic. False panic. Hey look, Space Dragon.
Should Ridley be disqualified for going out of bounds, or is it a legitimate move?
I don't know. I do believe out of bounds is legal in this tournament, but Ridley is running a big risk of crashing its own game, so I do believe it's legal, but there's going to be a healthy amount of finger wagging at our favorite dragon. Oh, there's the grapple beam we were looking for so long. Which fortunately means that the Artifact of Lifegiver is behind the spider track, so our runners can grab it right now and will not have to wait until they find the beam of plasma. I think we are actually running out of locations where ice... Oh, never mind, there is still the entirety of labs in play, never mind. That is quite a few options for where that could have Ice Beam.
So Lokir indeed going for the lighthouse play.
Yep, just a missile, it looks like. Spend the missile, send 5 missiles to get in, get 5 missiles out. Fair trade.
Considering the last time, I would not say that's a fair trade there.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Some runners like missiles for final bosses. Our runners do have at least 3 beam combos, which does, will at minimum be helpful during XO. Well, we seem to have run into another frozen Diggle right here. Fitting that both of these freezes happened in Fendrana. You know, the frozen area.
The audio is playing fine. Only the
I think
video is
it's
cutting
basically
out.
just playing Lokir's audio.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
My bad.
It appears that we missed whatever was in the chapel area, though considering that Lokir just turned around, I'm guessing it was nothing important. Well, now it's Lokir's turn to freeze. This is, well, Fandrana certainly seems to be having an effect on the restream. Yep. Yeah, I'll check out the individual runner streams right now. Let's see if we've got stuff going on. I mean, considering it's happening to both of them, I'm guessing it's something on SpeedGaming. Well, looks like both of our runners are finally moving again. So even when I go and try to hunt them down, apparently that just gets them back on track. I should take notes of this next time they're frozen. Yeah, busy weekend for SpeedGaming. Yeah, that may or may not be entirely our fault. Glares looks nervously at the 3 races we had simultaneously last night. Oh!
Interesting.
Yeah, so, surprise!
Oh,
Frozen.
our technician just pointed out he's resetting the stream real quick.
Oh. I liked my theory better. But, well, we've got a frame for you right now. It looks like all the runners will be having to mashing B until the stream reset, so we get the stream escaped from ice. Come on, people, I want to hear the mashing.
Why?
Sorry. Alright, looks like we're moving again. It appears that all our vigorous mashing has broken the stream out of its frozen state.
Interesting, the tracker broke.
Huh.
Let's see, maybe I can fix it. And... yeah, now DiggleWrath has the boost ball again.
Oh no, it appears Lokir has caught a case of the cold again. Yep, we're back. I think. Maybe our runners should just leave Fandrana. That seems to be the root cause of all the issues here. Although, is it just me or... oh wait, never mind, I probably just have... that's why I had one of the streams unmuted for a while. That was why I was hearing double audio, because I was!
What's that weird delay? And that's Plasma Beam.
That is indeed our very hot beam. Not exactly the beam I imagine our runners are looking for right now, but it is the beam they will be getting. And now it is DiggleWrath's turn to take time to take a turn in the ice. Chat's making better puns than I can right now. What is this? Just kidding. I'm proud of you, chat. Yeah, we're cool, chat. I'm guessing Yeah, actually, never mind. Lokir did never fight Tharos. I imagine Lokir probably grabbed the Ice Rune's East artifact at some point during the Great Freeze. So, we can probably mark Lokir with one artifact, but who knows.
Well, then chat be like, if you can't defeat it, just embrace it, or do I miss something here?
I think chat's pointing out that Lokir doesn't have any artifacts marked, which is a bit odd, and... Well, I don't think Lokir has fought rocks. I'm guessing they probably went and checked Ice Rune's East at some point during the freezes.
That could very well be the case, but as long as I can't confirm that, I think I'll stick with having it as pointing out at 0, but at some point, I guess we'll see how many artifacts Loki will have.
Yeah.
And I'll update at that point.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, we could just keep in mind that we don't know how many artifacts Lokir really has for now.
Yes, very well. Chat, remember that. Lokir's artifacts are an eternal mystery that we will never solve. Yeah, DiggleStream really is taking a beating right now.
Lokir going for the trigger skip.
Yep.
And gets it. Imagine that yellow invisible wall be a kill brush. You hit it, you're dead.
That would be, quite something.
I guess this trick would instantly jump up from beginner to at least intermediate, if not advanced.
Yeah, still waiting on DiggleStream to update, so... Yeah. Oh, never mind, we just saw it. It looks like they warped all the way to Artifact Temple. Impressive teleportation powers, Diggle. And we're back frozen again. Apparently these teleportation powers take a long time to work properly. Okay, stream seems to be working fine, me as at least. Although it does look like Lokir is lagging quite a significant amount. Oh, another Wave Buster in Research Core. That is...
Indeed,
I imagine
unlucky.
not what our runners were looking for. Especially since they are still looking for ice. Where ice is... I don't think it can really be in many places besides just the ice temple right now where... Diggle... Oh! Well, it looks like
And
Diggle
back
found
in
ice
Fendrana
somewhere.
again.
Yep. Looks like Diggle did find her ice beam, so... I'm guessing ice was in the Fendrana Ice Temple? That's just my guess, but obviously I don't know. Yes. Hopefully this is the end of the Great Freeze. Or hopefully our runners just leave Fendrana so they stop getting frozen.
Diggle just now realizing that she doesn't have grapple beam so far.
Yep. I believe it's in Ice Ruins West under the ice, so I think Diggle could grab it if she really wants to, but I believe Diggle can do all the tricks needed to bypass Grapple Beam and doesn't really need it for anything at this point. No, Diggle, get out of Phendrana so we can stop getting seeing the runners freeze! No, you've doomed us all! That is Diggle's third artifact, and I believe, well, given the fact that they aren't grabbing that storage cave, I'm guessing she is done with Phendrana for now. No, never mind. Was going back to Storage Cave, just lamenting the lack of power bomb ammunition. Even main BBs couldn't save her from Prime 1.
Yeah, the drop system in Prime 1 is a little bitchy sometimes. Or more like most of the times. And I'm sorry about my wording here.
Alright, we're back, temporarily, I think. Hopefully. Runners, get out while you still can! Before the freeze takes us all!
Oh, the chat catches a cold. Just
All
a
that power bomb
missile.
farming for a missile. So I realize our runners are not in go mode. Well, for starters, Diggle still needs Phazon suit, but both of our runners both still need X-ray because OP is mandatory this seed. I believe no matter what, you still need X-ray visor to damage OP. Even with power bombs, you need to equip X-ray visor before going into morph mode to damage OP. OP's hitbox just doesn't appear before without X-ray visor equipped. It's weird and somewhat inconsistent with the rest of the game, which is normally completely fine with letting you just hit any invisible hitboxes you find.
You know what's kind of funny? The thing is, I signed up in the afternoon for tracking 2 races. This is the last one I tracked today because for me it's actually Monday 1 a.m. right now.
Oh,
And I
no.
thought, oh, okay, well, Rando runs sometimes go an hour, 1.5, should be fine for me. And now, right before I want to go to bed, I get this seed. Thank you.
If you don't worry about it, I'm pretty sure I can handle the rest of the seed myself. I've done solo tracking comps before. Sleep is important.
I'm pretty awake. That's not the problem. But it's kind of weird.
Yep, we've certainly jinxed quite a few things over the course of this seed.
Yeah. And I guess it won't get any better.
Looks like Diggle, fortunately, has the right idea about where, a certain Phazon suit is, although she unfortunately does not have the right idea about where a certain X-ray visor is, because no one has the right idea of that right now. Except for Reggie, who I am sure placed in an absolutely horrible location, you madman. Wonderful madman. But anyway, we are still off to the races. There is still plenty of time left in this race for things to get shaken up, for a runner to be decided, and for more curse to happen, because that's really what we're all here for. RNG healer, RNG hater, no, neither of the runners have checked frigate yet. That is... I'm assuming this is a way to climb Frigate Crash Kite somehow, in which case, Diggle, this is a new one. I haven't seen this one before. Then again, it's Frigate Crash Site. There are as many ways to climb Frigate Crash Site as there are runners of this game. Gotta say, that one's currently pretty flashy, though.
I'm wondering if X-ray is vanilla.
It's possible.
Yeah, and it would actually be pretty funny. Interesting, you can go from behind into this room, but still have to break the blocking for missiles.
Yep, missile shields are universal even if they are invisible from one side. That was like always leads to a confused moment when you first remember, oh yeah, I'm going from behind and there's these missile shields I haven't blown up yet. That's what's blocking me from moving forward. No, chat. I do not believe no, THK. I do not believe Lokir ever checked training chamber, so that is why Lokir does not have the thermal visor.
Lokir is about to get his quote-unquote first artifact here. Well, Grapple is in Fendrana behind an ice wall, but as far as I know, neither of the runners went to actually grab it.
Lokir finally grabbing their Catharsis artifact.
And Diggle getting some more health.
Thankfully. To those first moments of the seed, I'm pretty happy with that.
Me too, my friend, me too.
Yep.
Oh, Lokir seems to actually got the grapple.
Oh,
During
I
one of
guess
the few freezes we had.
yeah, just a few. I believe we've discussed Lokir's artifacts as before. We don't believe that he's been to Late Fendrana before, which is where the security cave artifact is. He probably has gotten the Ice Runes East artifact, but that happened during the freezes, and I believe, Dustin said they didn't want to mark things that they weren't sure about, so we'll probably update these things whenever, we get confirmation about artifact count, so for now, I don't know if we can put a giant question mark next to Lokir's artifact count.
I would love to, but there's no option for that.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
Why don't you account for every single possible situation in the entirety of the multiverse, Speed Gaming?
Well, I guess that are a few possibilities, and yeah. Boost ball being damage ball, like always.
Yep.
And just a missile.
As usual. X-ray is always a fun go mode item to find. Fun in quotation marks. Gamerald, Ice Beam was in Chozo Ice Temple. DiggleWrath having some trouble with the best room in the game, objectively, Life Grove Tunnel. There we go, finally got it. Yep.
And another E-Tech.
Diggle also then exploiting the fact that you don't even need to put power bombs remotely near the walls for it to blow them up. Science. Fortunately, it looks like all of Diggle's struggles with Life Grove Tunnel were for naught. It was just missiles. Not the X-ray they were looking for. And of course, after Life Grove Tunnel, we come with everyone's second favorite trick, bar skip. Looks like Diggle got through that pretty cleanly. Only, I believe it took only a second try, which is very nice for bar skip. Just a wave buster. And it looks like Diggle is deciding to clear out Frigate while they are in the she is in the area.
Well, at least kind of makes sense.
Yep.
We have supers. We can check every possibility there.
Yep. Certainly is a possibility.
That would be kind of interesting. X-ray and biohazard.
That certainly would be interesting in quotation marks.
Yeah.
It would also very much be in character with this seed. So,
True.
unfortunately,
just an
this seed
e-tank.
doesn't care about what we think would be in character for it. It just does what it wants anyway.
Yeah, but I like the fact that the seed forces Diggle to get some health.
Yeah, that's a very nice way of looking at it.
I mean, the seed isn't very nice to the runners, but at least it's nice to us, right?
Yeah, it is giving us good content. Let's see, last item of Frigate, will you be the magical X-ray specs? Survey says no. Unfortunately, I think Diggle forgot to grab the thermal conduit at the bottom there, and we'll have to head back down to pick that up. Yes, yes, Asder, you're hilarious. Yes, technically, X-Ray cannot be in Talon Canyon, as can every item in the game because Talon Canyon doesn't have any pickups. Tower of Light is the room right behind Ruin Train where you get Morph Ball. It's where Wave Buster is in the vanilla game. It's the item where you have to knock down all the bases of the tower with like 4 missiles each in order to climb to the top of the tower and find the Wave Buster.
3 layers with each 4 blocks and each 3 or 4 missiles. I believe it's
Yeah, never mind.
3,
It's actually,
but
yeah, actually, it is just 3 because it requires 36 missiles in total, and 3 times 4 times 3 is 36.
yeah. We solved the answer. We got the answer with the power of math.
Mm.
Who doesn't like math? Math is nice.
I can think of several people who don't like it quite vocally.
Hmm. What would actually happen if you attack those pirates there without hitting the trigger? Would they just stand still and let
I believe that
let them be
causes
killed?
their AI to activate, and then they start being vocally annoyed at the fact that you just decide to shoot them.
Aww. I don't know which room it actually is, but in Magmore there is this tunnel with this hexagonal glass panes where you can place a power bomb to get below the bridge, right?
I believe that's Shore Tunnel. I
Could
believe
be.
that's where Ice Spreader is in the vanilla game.
Yeah, exactly. Have we seen any runner check this actually right now? No.
I think someone did go and check that on their first trip through Magmore.
I can't recall it. That's why I'm asking. And if
I
yes,
believe it was
which-
just a missile.
what-
So.
Could
Oh
very well
no! The return of the freeze! Well,
Welcome to the phase ice mines.
yep. We thought we had escaped the freeze, but it's back!
It's hunting us, and it's haunting us.
Look, your stream hasn't frozen yet, but it seems to be getting close to that with all the slowdown on his machine.
And there it is.
Well, I jinxed it. So, how you doing, Dastasi?
Well, pretty decent actually. I try to keep up with everything that's hitting my face right now because of all the methods used by the runners and stuff like that. Since I just started out trying to rando the Metroid games a few days ago.
Oh,
So
we
my
got...
experience,
And
and there goes the stream.
yeah, it looks like we're restarting again.